For this fourth week of Lent, I'd like to focus on the virtue of selflessness. Now, that's not something we hear a lot about in our 21st century American culture. As a matter of fact, we hear about the polar opposite, selfishness. And we may not realize it, but subconsciously we are barraged with images and messages of selfishness in the media, on television, on social media. Everywhere we are told to look out for number one, take care of yourself. Think about on social media how much self-promotion goes on. We may not realize it, but we are constantly being inundated with the message of being selfish. And as people of faith, especially during Lent, we are called to put the brakes on all that and to realize, wait a minute, that's not what Jesus teaches me. Jesus teaches me the complete opposite. Not selfishness, but selflessness, which means putting the needs of others in front of myself. Meaning it's not about my wants, my desires, my plans, but it's about stopping and recognizing the needs of others. And being selfless, let's be honest, goes against our natural inclinations for all of us. Unfortunately, we all seem programmed to look out for ourselves. It really takes a conscientious and consistent effort to shift gears and to learn to be selfless like Christ. To put the needs of someone else ahead of my own, to worry about someone else's feelings rather than myself, to use my time, my talent, my treasure, not as a means of serving me, but as a means of serving someone else. Those are some of the difficult questions we should be asking during the season of Lent about activating our discipleship. Because over the last few weeks, we've been talking about some really good things like love, forgiveness, humility, but today, selflessness, I think personally, is the linchpin. Because until we shift gears and learn to put the needs of others in front of our own, all those other things like forgiveness, love, humility, and patience, all are a hard bar to hit. But once we shift those gears and begin to be selfless rather than selfish, we begin to be more like him. Because that crucifix is the most powerful reminder of selflessness. Jesus, the Son of God, who was without sin, willingly put us in front of himself. He endured pain, suffering, torture, in a horrible, unimaginable death because of selflessness and love for you and me. When we're struggling to be selfless, let's look at the crucifix, because that shows us what it looks like. That shows us what it's all about. And ultimately, his model of love, Christ's model of selflessness, gives us not only a lot to think about during this season of Lent, but a lot to imitate in our lives as well.